Hello class, welcome to your next set of notes. Today we'll be learning about mean, median, mode, and range. And we'll be actually talking about this for quite a few days in class to make sure we get plenty of practice over this topic, because there are 4 things that you have to learn: mean, median, mode, and range. So pause this video, cut and glue this paper out that you should have gotten in class. If you didn't, make sure you print it from home. And when it is cut and glued, then start the video back up again, because I will get started on the notes, so you will need to pause it. Make sure that you put the date up at the top, that way you are keeping track. So, here we go. Mean, median, mode, and range are 4 ways to talk about numbers. We're going to start with the easiest. The easiest is mode. You just have to remember what mode means. So here's the definition. Mode is the number that occurs the most often, or the most in a given data set. Here's a little piece of advice. There can be no mode or more than one mode. So I can have one mode, I can have no mode at all, I can have 2 modes, 3 modes, 4 modes, so forth and so on. So it is the number that occurs the most in a given data set. Here's how you remember it. We say MO mode, MO most. So it is the number that occurs the most. So, see if I can make you see this. If we look at the example, there's an arrow that goes down from it. And here's my example here. I have the numbers 8, 4, 12, 3, 0, 5, 4, 6. I need to find the number that appears the most. So I look at 8. I only have 1 8. I look at 4. Well, I have 2 4s, 1 12, 1 3, 1 0, 1 5, 1 6. So 4 is the only number that appears more than once, and it appears twice, which means 4 is the mode. So 4 is my mode. If I did not have 2 4s and I only had 1 4, then my answer would be no mode, because each number only appears one time, which means there is no mode. If I had a 6 come up again and I had 2 4s and 2 6s, then my mode is 4 and 6, because I had 2 of the exact same number times that they showed up. So that is mode, the number that appears the most. 4 occurs 2 times, therefore it is the mode. The next easiest to find is the range. The range is the difference between the greatest and the least number in a given data set. So it is the difference between the greatest and the least number in a given data set. So we need the greatest number, we need the least number, and we need to find the difference. Hopefully we all remember that difference means to subtract. So you are taking the greatest number and you are subtracting the smallest number from it. So I want to look over here at my numbers again. I need to find the greatest. The greatest number is 12. That's the largest number I see. Then I need to find the smallest number. The smallest number is 0. And I need to do 12 minus 0 to find the range. And 12 minus 0 is 12, which means my range is 12. The answer is not 12 minus 0. The answer is just 12. I only want a number answer for the range. Just like with mode, my answer is only 4. I only want that number answer, just 1. So that's what you do every single time. Greatest minus smallest, every single time. Alright, the next one we're going to find is the mean. It's technically harder than the median because it takes more work, but we need the mean in order to be able to find the median on some problems. So the mean, also another word for mean that you might see quite frequently is average. If you see that word average, you do the exact same thing. They mean exactly the same. So the mean is the sum of numbers in a given data set. Divided by the total number of numbers in the data. So the mean is the sum of numbers in a given data set divided by the total number of numbers in the data set. Here is what that means. Sum means you need to add all of the numbers together. So I need to add all of these numbers together. I need to do 8 plus 4 plus 12 plus 3 plus 0 plus 5 plus 4 and plus 6. I need to add all of that together. So pause this video, add it all together. When you're done adding it together, check to see if you did your math correctly. The order in which you add does not matter. You should still get the same answer no matter what, which this is that first step. And once you pause the video, come back, you should tell me that the answer is 42. Okay, so then if I have, my next step is to divide by the total number of numbers. So I count. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 total numbers, which means I need to do 42 divided by 8. When I do 42 divided by 8, I will get 5.25 as my answer. Now, if you just have to round to the nearest hundredths, your answer is good. If I were to ask you to round to the nearest tenth, make sure you know that if you were to round to the nearest tenth, my answer would be 5.3. So make sure we are rounding properly based on whatever they ask. So add all the numbers together, divided by the total number of numbers you added together, which in this case is 8. Last thing we need to learn is the median. The median is the number in the middle of an organized given set of data from least to greatest. So what that means here is I need to put these numbers in order from least to greatest. So if I order them, I should have 0, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, 8, and 12. Then I need to find the middle number, which means I'd go 1 in front, 1 in back, 1 in front, 1 in back, front, back, and I'm left with these two. I cannot have two middle numbers. So what I have to do in this case, since I have 2, is I now need to find the mean, which means I'm going to do 4 plus 5, and I will get 9, and I added 2 numbers together, so I need to divide that by 2, and 9 divided by 2 is 4.5. So the middle number is 4.5. It's also the number that is directly between 4 and 5. Alright, I have a class coming in, so fortunately I have to end this video, but what we're going to do is you're going to turn this page, and I'm going to give you guys 2 examples. So I will take a picture of this page of mine, and I need you to do these 2 examples in your notebooks for homework. So that's what I need you to finish. Have a great day, guys. See you tomorrow. Bye.